think of all that snow?
I like to mash snow. It gives me a tremendous sense of satisfaction.
At high altitudes, it's going to crystallize and give us what we call snow.
That's the snow.
Probably be some accumulation.
Go play in the snow.
You plow snow.
Shoveling snow, huh?
Going to snow tonight for sure.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holtz.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Tonight on the Evening Edge, we have some big Cheez-It news. Are you ready? It's gonna happen. I can feel it in my bones. Today, I had a conversation with Brady Kress, the CEO of Carillon Historical Park in Dayton History. And he has agreed to hop on the Cheez-It bandwagon. This is gonna be huge. Plus, over the weekend, we eclipsed 1,000 signatures on the Cheez-It petition. We are at 1,028, and it's all because of the Miami Valley. This is a miracle. Oh my gosh. And you know what? It only took us like 3 months to get there. People are starving for a Cheez-It statue. So we're going to talk about that. But of course, we have the impending snowstorm. Under a winter storm warning, the cancellations for school and businesses have already started rolling in. We'll have some of those, plus you'll be able to find those at WHIO.com. Also on the show, Gabrielle Enright from News Center 7 is going to be here, and what she doesn't know is that we have her jingle, her Gabby walk-on jingle, and she's going to hear it for the first time tonight. Everybody's going to hear it for the first time tonight. And that's coming up just after 6:35 or so, and then just after 7 o'clock, Storm Center 7 meteorologist Austin Cheney is going to be here giving us a rundown on what we can expect over the next 12, 15 hours and moving forward with the snow. And joining me in the studio, none other than Ron Otto.
So I'm on the show every week. I don't have a jingle. And Gabby gets a jingle. What's going on with that?
Well, she's better looking.
Okay, I concede that. But
Dante had one, and he's better looking. Molly Colwick had one. She's better looking.
Should I shave my head?
McCall Fridays has one. She's better. You got to be good looking to. No,
That's
I'm
true.
kidding. I'm joking, Ron. I'm joking. I will work on one for you.
Okay.
But you're on the air all the time here, right? It's not that big of a deal when you stop in. I mean, I enjoy it, but I mean, you're in the building. You're in the hallway.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. I'm not a special guy. I'm kind of like a member of the family. I'm not like a guest.
You're kind of like that. You're kind of like that weird uncle.
So what? Okay, I was in the studio cleaning some stuff up. I wasn't near a speaker. So you've got somebody on board for the Cheez-It.
Yeah, well, there were two things, and if you're just catching the show for the first time, and there are some people who are just discovering it. For the last several years, I've been I've been campaigning to try to get a Cheez-It statue here in Dayton because Dayton is the birthplace of the Cheez-It. It was invented here. It was trademarked in 1921 by the Sunshine Biscuit Company. And I have felt like we're being overlooked. The Cheez-It is the most popular cracker, I think, in the world.
It's a darn good treat.
Yes, yeah. And it was born right here. It was born right here. But there's no recognition of that. Now, yes, we have Flight, of course.
Absolutely.
We have the cap or the pull tab on the can, right? Wasn't that phrase?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And then we have the electric starter.
Cattering.
Yeah. So we've got all kinds of, great innovative things that have come out of Dayton.
Yeah.
But Cheez-It has been giving people cheesy, crunchy satisfaction for over 100 years, and we should have a statue. So here are the two things that happened. One, over the weekend, we eclipsed the 1,000 signature mark on the petition that I've been talking about.
Okay.
Somebody, one of the listeners, in fact, shared it on a Cheez-It page, which I've done. Mm-hmm. But it just, like within an hour, we had 50 new signatures. So it was awesome. I mean, that was great. And then on top of that, this morning, I spent about 20 minutes on the phone with Brady Kress, the CEO of Carillon Historical Park, Dayton History.org.
Yeah.
And he is all on board with collaborating with the show to try to get some sort of recognition for Dayton as being the birthplace of Cheez-It. Now, the first step is one of those historical markers.
Ooh, yeah.
That you see, around the Miami Valley and many other places.
Yeah.
You can say this was the location, like Wright Field, or, this is where the Wright brothers took their flight over the pasture over there.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So that's the first step. Now, I still would like to have a giant statue, where people could come and see and go, I have visited the Mecca of Cheez-It.
Yeah.
And get their picture taken. But a historical marker is a good first step to let the people at Kellogg's, who owns the Cheez-It brand, that we are serious. Mm-hmm. This isn't some goofy radio stunt. I mean, yes, it started as a goofy radio stunt, I will admit.
But is now, that and more.
Yes, but now it has taken on a life of its own. It's breathing on its own.
Yeah.
Right? So
movement.
It is a movement. Yeah, it is
a
Cheez-It movement. So that's the big news for today.
That's awesome.
And we're going to partner with them. They're going to help me through this process. I mean, I'm going to spearhead it, but when you go and do a historical marker, you have to have the backing of a local civic group, or especially like a historical society or somebody like that.
Yeah.
And it also takes some money, because the markers are not free.
Right.
You have to pay for it somehow. So they have much deeper pockets, or not so much they do more than I, but they know people. They have people who love Dayton history, who have deep pockets. And if they said, hey, we need, a marker and it's $2,000 or whatever. Oh, sure. I'll just pay you cash right out of my wallet. There are people that are like that.
Yeah.
Not me, not you, but there's people that are like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's where we're at. The deadline for this is May 1st. I have to fill out all the paperwork. I got it. I printed it out today.
Okay, good.
And then they have to review it. You actually have to do some research. We have to figure out where we want to put the marker.
Oh. Because
where the building is, the Sunshine Biscuit building one. I don't know. I think part of it's still there, but it's on Cincinnati Avenue, and I think Hawthorne or I forget. I was looking at it earlier today. Somebody will shoot me a message and remind me. But you have to decide if you want to put it there. Mm-hmm. Are people going to go and visit that location in Dayton?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if there should be a marker just like maybe at Carillon that says, Dayton is the site, is the birthplace, that kind of thing. So I have to figure out if it has to be right at that location, because if it does, you have to have the property of the people who own, or the permission of the people who own the property to do something like that.
Yeah.
And you have to decide who's going to keep it up. You have to go and you have to make sure that, graffiti doesn't end up on it. You're going to have to clean it, clean the pigeon poop off of it and trim around there's all kinds of things that you have to do.
Got to maintain it.
Yeah. So there's a process. This isn't just write an essay and you'll get it. I mean, they could look at it and go, yeah, we don't think it's that big of a deal.
That's possible too.
They could shun Dayton and our Cheez-It glory. It'd be easy for them to do.
But we've taken a step anyway.
We have taken
So
a
that's
big step. Yeah, we've taken a big step, and I'm just excited about it. And I'm so grateful for all the WHIO Evening Edge listeners and people that have stumbled upon the petition on social media, shared it with their family and their friends. Did you sign it?
I did.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
Sure did.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody in the building signed it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go around and start stiff-arming people?
Well, when I print it out, I've got all their names. And more importantly,
You
the
don't
names
have
of
to
the
go
people
that
in the
route.
building that didn't sign it.
Oh, boy. You're like Santa Claus.
So they
You know
might
who's
find a
been
little
good and
gift
who's
on their
been-
desk one morning.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, have you had the buffalo wing Cheez-Its?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I killed a box of those over the weekend.
Those are good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, those are good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Right now, I'm enjoying the Cheez-It Puffs. I still have some from
Really?
this nice basket I got from a listener over the holiday. All kinds of cool Cheez-It headphones, a Cheez-It pillow, a Cheez-It koozie. I mean,
Okay.
it was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And a big bag of Cheez-Its like puffs. So
That's
I'm
good
enjoying
stuff.
those. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. All right, Ron. Well, thanks for swinging by, and I wanted to share that with you because we've talked about Cheez-It a number of times.
Oh, heck yeah. And hopefully you're not having to be out and about tomorrow morning because it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, well, there's a UD game tomorrow night, so I'm not going to be on.
True. Yeah.
So I'm
okay.
not. I've
you'll
taken
be-
care of everything I needed to take care of today, so I'm not going to be in tomorrow.
You don't have to put actual pants on, do you? You
No,
stay
I
at the
don't.
house,
I-
wear pajamas all day.
Just-
Eat Cheez-Its.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going
Your
commando
day is
in my
set.
Cheez-Its. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, and be careful out there tomorrow if you have to go out, okay?
All right.
Thanks, see you, man.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 6 to 8. We are on Facebook Live right now, and I saw some comments. Heather says she's eating Cheez-Its right now. That's awesome. And let's see what else. Somebody says, put the Cheez-It monument at Riverscape. Well, that's not a bad idea. In my conversation today with Brady Kress from Dayton History, what I didn't realize, the gentleman who owned, I guess, Green and Green, or either Sunshine Biscuit or Green and Green, I guess, merged with Sunshine Biscuit at one point, and that they're the ones who came up with Cheez-It, but it happened right here. They lived across the street from Orville Wright at Hawthorne Hill in Oakwood. And I thought, well, right there, you know, if that's the case, if you know that's the case, you have to assume with some certainty that Orville Wright at some point probably ate Cheez-Its. Now, is that not like the perfect combination of marketing? You've got Orville Wright and cheese. I mean, think about that. Think about that. Think about a promo of the Wright Flyer, and you got a guy dressed as Orville, and he's up there flying, and he's got a giant box of Cheez-Its. Come on now. That's awesome. Dave and Piqua, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Todd?
How are you?
Hey, I had the pleasure of listening to you when you filled in for Mark K. You did an excellent job.
Oh, thank you, and you stuck around. You stuck around.
I did. I jumped in the car tonight to take my granddaughter. I call her Mugger to her other grandparents.
Wait, you call your granddaughter Mugger?
Yeah, because she always mean mugged everybody as a baby. And so it used to be Mean Mugger, so I've just dropped it to Mugger. But,
I like that. It's
funny.
funny.
In the car, and of course, WHIO's on.
Sure.
And she hears you say Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
And she comes unglued. She goes, Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its.
Oh, does she really?
Oh, yeah. And I said, well, Todd's talking about them because the Cheez-Its were invented in Dayton.
Wow.
Goes, really?
Yeah.
You know, with that, the awe of finding out a new fact.
Yeah.
And she goes, there should be something there. They should have a statue or something.
Exactly. How old is this genius younger? 10?
She's 10 years old.
Is she in the car now?
No, I just dropped
her. Okay. I was going to play her the Cheez-It song.
Oh, but I got to tell you, I mean, when your 10-year-old granddaughter tells you that Dayton deserves a statue because Cheez-Its were created there, and she goes, it's got to be big and it's got to be gold, but you can't eat it. You're not allowed to eat it. Like, well, Mugger, that's kind of a given.
Yeah, but see, this is what I'm saying is that people driving through Dayton, and Dayton is the crossroads of America. They're at 70 and 75. If people could just pull off the road, 5 minutes, pull off the highway, and go and see a giant orange glowing Cheez-It, I mean, come on, that would be huge.
It'd make their trip.
Yeah.
Oh, and it killed me because then you mentioned the petition. And Mugger goes, I got to sign that petition. How do I sign that petition? And I said, Mugger, I think he got the signatures he needed. But I'll tell you what, if my 10-year-old granddaughter is that excited about it, I'm in too.
Exactly.
I'm all about it too. So
awesome.
I'll be following your progress on the Cheez-It statue.
Thank you. Maybe one day there'll be a documentary on it. Wouldn't that be something?
I don't know what's taking them so long.
Dave, thanks for your call. I appreciate it. Quickly, Steve and Dayton. What's up, Steve?
Yes, I love this topic. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You probably know. Do you know where the first game in the NFL was played?
Yeah, it was played over there at Triangle Park, hence the name Dayton Triangles.
Exactly.
Yeah. That came up in my conversation today with Brady, and it was like they had the big Cheez-It Bowl, the college Cheez-It Bowl a couple of weeks ago, and there again, the perfect marriage between football, which we had the first NFL game, and Cheez-It. I mean, Dayton is all over the place, and we should have that kind of credit and glory.
And that football team is due to Charles Kettering. I mean, there's
who probably also ate his fair share of Cheez-It.
Exactly. But and you talk about people pulling off the highway to see something.
Yeah.
There's some. I hope maybe after you can accomplish this statue, we can move on to the publicizing that first game a little bit more to the population.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think the NFL, didn't they do something with a field over there? Or I think that was the plan, but then there was like an Indian burial ground or something.
Yes. Which
of all the places.
I know, but I wish we could have met halfway and put a monument up for the Native Americans and NFL.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we'll figure something out. Once this campaign's over, I got another idea that I'm kicking around. So
Great.
we'll talk about it. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate your call.
The Evening Edge with Todd Host.
Call Todd 937-457-1290 or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, Cheez-It, you're so fine, a perfect snack for any time. Hey, Cheez-It. Hey, Cheez-It. Oh, Cheez-It, you're so fine with tastiness that blows my mind. Hey, Cheez-It. Hey, Cheez-It. Oh, Cheez-It, you're so fine, Dayton made it so divine. Hey, Cheez-It. Cheez-It. Your toasty little squares, a satisfying crunch. The cheesiest by far, you pack a flavor punch. I never get enough, wanna eat 'em by the bunch. Cheez-It. I like your zesty ranch and your bacon cheddar too. When I'm feeling feisty, I munch scorching hot grooves. Every night I go to sleep, I always dream of you. Cheez-It. Oh, Cheez-It, plain and simple, you must understand. Dayton prides itself as a Cheez-It homeland. Oh, Cheez-It, show the world our cracker claim to fame. A Cheez-It statue, Cheez-It. Oh, would you please, Cheez-It, build a Cheez-It. Don't break our hearts, Cheez-It. Hey, Cheez-It.
Squirrels. Everywhere you go, there's squirrels. Munching on power lines are squirrels. A local menace, they are squirrels. You think they're cuddly and so sweet. Wait till they move onto your street and terrorize your neighborhood. They're always up to no good. Squirrels. Everywhere you go, there's squirrels. Munching on power lines are squirrels. A local menace, they are squirrels.
hate you, Todd. I really 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 hate you, Todd. I go down the stairs for breakfast. Go in the backyard, that's where I eat a stick. Sit on the couch and stare at something that's not.
Start the car.
Your crashed car. In local news, a spectacular car crash. Car, house, car.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 6 to 8. This happened, I think it was yesterday, yeah. Had another car into a house. That would be number 4 for the year if you're keeping track at home. This happened in Miami Township early Monday. Spokesperson said that the driver suffered some sort of medical emergency. Resulted in the vehicle leaving the road and striking the house. The driver was transported to the hospital for treatment. No additional details were known at the time, and it looked pretty bad. Looked like the corner, like the front part of a ranch-style apartment. And took out, looks like the front window. Though when I saw that, I thought now is the time, if you want to install that bay window, this would be the time to do it. Greg in Xenia, what's up, Greg?
Hey, Todd, I just wanted to touch base with you on the Cheez-It. First of all, I signed your petition.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. There's already a commercial out there. I don't know who it's for, but it's supposed to be Orville and Wilbur Wright on the Wright Flyer, and they're arguing over a armrest. And then one of them puts down the snack tray and is eating peanuts. Well, instead of peanuts, they should be eating Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I'll have to look and see what that's about. I would love that. I would love to have like I know a guy who does like an Orville Wright, I wouldn't call it an impersonation, but like he dresses as Orville and educates people about Orville Wright. I should try to get him involved and have him somehow holding a Cheez-It box. That would be great.
There you go.
He could do appearances with me.
But I remember seeing that commercial here not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who it was for, but the fact that it was the Wright brothers and arguing over a armrest and just cracked me up on the Wright Flyer, you know.
I love that, Greg. I appreciate it. I'll look into it. That line's open, 937-457-1290. By the way, we had a call where somebody was talking about the NFL putting in a football field. We do have that, and I guess it's behind the old McCook Lanes. They put the football field over there. A guy I know, Jared, who used to, still flies a drone, but used to work here at Channel 7, did a story on it with Mike Campbell. So I guess we do have one. I think I saw a picture of it, but I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look. Anyway, joining me in the studio, none other than Gabrielle Enright. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by. We were just talking about the Cheez-It news that I shared with you in the newsroom earlier.
So exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, we don't have the marker yet. They haven't even approved it. I haven't even applied for it yet. But the fact that Dayton History is willing to jump on board with this and collaborate, that's huge. I feel like it's legitimacy.
Right.
Before, it was just a goofy radio guy doing a stunt.
No.
Now it's something serious.
It is pretty serious, though.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. It's fun. Well, I wanted to have you on the show for a couple of reasons. One, the snow.
Yes.
You're going to be working tonight, the 11. What can you tell us? What's the latest on the snow? What are they talking number-wise?
Well, I think Austin is going to be the one to throw out the numbers because I always do that. But they seem pretty substantial.
Right.
It sounds like it's going to be the 11 o'clock is going to be what you need to watch because it's going to be moving in after the 11. So I think a lot of people, they're going to go to bed thinking it's one way, even though we have snow on the ground. And then you're going to wake up and be like, wow.
Yeah,
so you have to start thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow. And that's what we're going to try and tackle at 11.
Yeah, and Austin will be here just after 7 o'clock. He's going to swing by, and we'll have the latest on the totals and everything like that. So tonight, 11 o'clock, Channel 7, make sure you're watching. We'll keep you updated. Now, the other thing, there's a number of things that I've wanted to talk to you about.
Okay, I'm ready.
Right? So the last time you were here, we talked about the fact that you need some sort of walk-on intro music for this show, right?
Right.
Now, I'm just going to run through this, and people will remember fondly when Dante Jones was here. Whenever he'd come on, we had this. People loved it. Dante loved it. I am remiss, though. It actually started with McCall. It was first McCall, then Dante.
McCall Friday.
Yeah.
I love this one.
I think she has this on her phone.
McCall Friday.
Yeah.
McCall Friday.
And then Molly Kowick, who used to work here, she just left not long ago. I did one for her. This is my favorite.
Very good.
She loved Hanson, so I thought that was perfect. Now, I wasn't sure what direction to go with you.
Okay.
Because I know you like rock.
I do.
You like country.
I do.
You are a child of the 90s,
Right.
late
well,
80s,
yes,
90s, right?
Thank you for that. Mhm.
Yeah. And I was trying to think, well, I wanted to sort of fit in with all the others.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now, I sent you a message one night.
Do I like Duran Duran?
Yes. And you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Her name is Gabby and she does the news at night. Big stories, breaking news, she always gets it right. And when she shines beneath those Channel 7 lights, oh Gabby, you're a newsy delight.
There you go. What do you think about that?
I feel like I'm here.
A newsy delight.
A newsy delight.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel very. It's an honor. It's a true honor.
So, I don't have anything for Austin yet.
Oh.
I got to work on that.
Yeah. No.
That's the next one.
Let's see how he does with the forecast
Well,
tonight.
that's right. That's right.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So whenever you're on, we will play that, and that will announce your arrival.
Okay.
It's very exciting.
That
Very
is exciting.
Now, there were two other things, and I was hoping that maybe you might stick around and help me answer some mail call.
Oh,
would
okay.
you mind doing that?
No, I'd be happy to.
Because one of them I'd like to get your take on.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Sit back down and shut your trap. It's time for mail call.
Message for you, son.
You should see a fan mail.
You got a message.
I got your letter. Amazing what you can accomplish by mail.
Congratulations, Skippy. You've got mail.
If you'd like to email me, it's eveningedgetodd@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @eveningedgetodd. This was actually a post on one of my my Facebook. It's from Lewis. Hello, Todd. I hope you can help. I've called the studio and made them aware of this issue. I know you might not have the answer, but hopefully you can look into it. iHeartRadio has archive episodes of your show, which is how I listen when you are not on the air. But the episode's sound drags, making you sound like you are hammered. Well, I could have been. I don't know. Why is my computer not working? I was just going to play a little sound effect there.
Mm-hmm. Technology.
Yeah, well, there you go. There.
That was good. That was real good.
Been trying to get it fixed, but no progress. I don't know, Lewis. I would say that you just need to reboot. Maybe that'll help, because I went back and listened and everything sounded normal. Well, as normal as it could be.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to a podcast before and there's all the different buttons that will speed it up or slow it down?
Oh, that's right. You can speed stuff up and slow it down.
I mean, maybe. Like, depending on what program he's listening to. But I've done that before, because I've listened to podcasts and they're going really fast.
Yeah.
And then I said, what am I doing? And then I've done it the other way. It goes really slow.
I bet that's what it is.
Maybe.
To slow it down. Maybe. You know, if people, I don't know why you'd slow it down. Maybe if you're hard of hearing or something. I don't know.
Or if you just accidentally hit the button, like that's the stuff I do.
This is the Evening Edge on WHIO.
Yeah, you don't sound like that in real life. I can concur on that.
All right, here's the next email, and this is the one that I want your take on as a woman. All right. Dear Todd, the girls and I went out for drinks and dinner on Saturday night. While at the bar, I started talking to a friendly guy. Our conversation lasted for 30 minutes. He was very complimentary and called me voluptuous at one point. Two of my friends said that that was an insult and that he meant you're cute but curvy and probably could stand to lose a few pounds. My other two friends disagreed with the assessment. Is the word voluptuous an insult or a compliment? How should I feel about this? Because now I'm confused. Love your show. Help out a sister. Jillian in Centerville. Now, my reaction is I've used that term, and it's a term of endearment. Right. I would never, but I also know that sometimes I've said things thinking that it was a compliment, or I perceived it as being a positive, only later to be told, maybe that's not, you know.
I think, in my opinion, I don't think that person that said that meant it in a bad way. I think it was meant to be a compliment, but it's one of those words that's not used very frequently.
Yeah.
And it's awkward. It's an awkward word, and he's probably an awkward guy.
Probably so.
I mean, when people say things that, you know, have you ever been called thick before? Has anybody ever called you thick? Like THI, what is it, CC?
Thick. I don't know
thick
that I've ever...
Thick is supposed to be curvy, but the first time somebody ever called me thick, I was taken back by it, because I'm like, what? But they meant it in a good way. So, but it just, you know, it's THICC. It's like the cool thing, right? But I didn't know that, and I was like, what?
That. I've never heard that. I mean,
I've heard people, to research it.
But see, I've heard people called thick before, but it had nothing to do with their body. It had to do with their intelligence.
Nope. I mean, there's a look. Google THICC.
THICC. Let me see your THICC.
And I think calling somebody voluptuous is a little bit. I think they meant it in a good way, and I don't want to say inappropriate, but it's almost more descriptive than needs to be.
Yeah, it says thick is having a full, attractive figure.
Right.
All right.
And then if you go into like Urban Dictionary and all the other things, you can see all the different ways that they do things. But I think that this person was trying to say something really nice, that they had a very nice body.
Yeah.
But saying voluptuous, that's something that it just seems really old school and something you wouldn't see except in like a movie, or describe it like they were voluptuous, but it seems almost creepy.
But especially when you first meet somebody.
Yeah.
right?
No, that would be weird. But I'm on TV, so I'm used to people saying weird things to me. So
my gosh.
people just accidentally say things out loud sometimes, and
Yeah.
and they, I get all the time. You're so much prettier in person, and then you go, "Wow, do I look crazy on television?" Woo! Or they'll say, you're thinner than you look on television, and you're like, okay, and nobody means it mean. Everybody is trying to say that, but they don't know what to say.
I have gotten this before many times that I sound thinner on the air.
Oh.
And I'm like, what does thin sound like?
Right. But that's the thing, though, is I think people don't, they see Todd or hear Todd, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to Todd. I'm just going to vomit out whatever says in my face, in my head, and here I am. And it's the same thing. If you see someone, I mean, first time I ever met my husband at a fire scene, just to give you an example, he's a fireman. I met him. I see him. I had never seen him with his turnout gear on. I'd only seen him like at the fire station.
Right.
So he made me nervous. He was kind of cute. And I mean, this is years and years ago.
Yeah.
So I say, hi, I'm Gabby from TV. He says, we've met before. Well, he recognized me from the news. I thought he was cute, and I told him that I didn't recognize him with his clothes on. I'm in his turnout gear. So dumb things come out of your mouth. Right? Right? But dumb things come out of your mouth when you feel a little goofy or awkward. That's a story we talk about all the time now.
Makes me laugh. All right. Well, do you want to hold on for a few?
Yeah, whatever you want.
We got some.
We're waiting on Austin, aren't we?
Yeah, he's going to be down here a little bit after 7.
Okay.
And we'll have more details on the snow, but Gabby's going to stick around here for another segment or so.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 6 to 8. Well, we've had Gabby Enright here in the studio. We just played her new jingle. Now joining us in the studio is Storm Center 7 meteorologist Austin Cheney. How are you, Austin?
I'm doing fantastic.
Oh, wait, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Boy, that
that's
mic's
good.
really low.
Yeah, it's low. Here.
Here, do you want to share this one?
Yeah, we can share this one.
Yeah, do that.
Can y'all hear me now?
Oh, that's much better.
Okay.
That's much better. Now, the last time, Austin, you stopped by, I didn't have a song for you prepared, and I scrambled and I found this online. It's a guy who takes names and just sings them to the same tune. And this
Austin, Austin, Austin. Well, there's no doubt who's on. Austin, Austin, Austin.
Yeah. That's that. I mean, you know, it's okay. But
you know what? Hearing it this time around, it's growing on me a little bit.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, don't be, when you hear Gabby's, don't be too jealous because
Her name is Gabby, and she does the news at night.
Jealous is fine.
Big stories, breaking news. She always
See, now her sounds cool. Mine sounds all nerdy.
well, this is what I'm saying. I was scrambling. I was scrambling to find that. But anyway. All right, so a newsy delight.
No.
And on the weekends, a boozy delight. No, I'm just joking.
Well,
I'm just joking.
I mean,
it's
I
a
did
joke.
just get back from Vegas.
Well, I saw some of the pictures.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
So coming up after the news here, we're going to talk about the weather. We're going to dig deep into this. Just give a little tease, a little highlight. What time are we thinking that this is going to start?
It should start probably about 2 in the morning. And if you want to see some fun stuff, really heavy snow, maybe some thunder snow, set that alarm for 4, 5, 6 in the morning.
I heard the forecast. Thunder snow.
Thunder snow. Not a guarantee. Not everybody's going to see it, but this is going to be our best chance at that this winter, I do believe.
All right. We'll delve deeper into this coming up after the news here on the Evening Edge.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
taking a beating. This road just knocks me around. My tires are reeling. My axle's gonna break down. It's all out of control. Potholes, they're gonna rattle my soul. Good grief, my coffee just spilled all over me. Jack, get back. Think my back window cracked. I've lost control. Too many damn potholes. Damn potholes. Damn potholes. Damn potholes. Brush your goatee, whack, whiplash. My neck needs another ice pack. Don't lose control. Everybody swerves, everybody swerves. Everybody swerves, everybody swerves. Everybody swerves, everybody swerves. Too many damn potholes.
Time, grade A quality snow.
You should say we might see some snow.
It's the first snow. Snowplows left some snow across the street.
That's a lot of snow.
Eating snow takes more energy than it gives you.
All you can see is snow.
By the way, don't eat the yellow snow.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Now, I know we're not having a polar vortex, but this is a very wintry song. And we're getting snow tonight, so I love this song.
It's going to the top of the charts.
Yeah.
Polar vortex, I need some Gore-Tex. You're freezing my booty, my face, and my cortex. Polar vortex, you are not my buddy. I would give you the finger, but it's hiding in my snuggie. Polar vortex, go away. Polar vortex,
that's awesome.
Like
yeah.
You. Polar vortex, why are you here? Polar vortex.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 6 to 8. Yeah, I know we're not having a polar vortex. That's not part of what's happening. But I don't have a thunder snow song, which I think now I may. I may need to find or do a thunder snow song. Maybe an AC/DC, Thunderstruck. Yeah.
There's got to be an auto-tune version of Jim Cantori going crazy in the thunder snow.
I will look for that. I bet there is. I'm sure there is. Well, we've got Gabrielle Enright here from News Center 7 and Storm Center 7 meteorologist Austin Cheney. and we're talking about the snow that's heading our direction. So you said a little bit like around 2 a.m. is when it's supposed to start falling, and already there are a slew of school closings and delays. I think maybe at this point, I haven't looked, but probably a lot of delays just to kind of see what happens, but they're going to pull the trigger at some point.
They'll probably have to. I mean,
Yeah.
we're forecasting 4 to 6 inches of
Yeah.
heavy snow right before that morning commute.
Well, give us this timeline so people kind of know what to expect, when it's coming, and the whole deal.
Yeah, so I think after about 2 in the morning, we'll have this snow quickly moving in from the south, and then we're covered up with snow through daybreak. During that time frame, 4 to 6 inches possible here in the Dayton area, and that's when we could also see some of that thunder snow. During the daytime hours, we do transition over to rain, but I think the roads stay pretty slushy. So some improvement, but because they'll still stay slushy and wet, when we get cold tomorrow night, we have that refreeze.
Well, and that's the thing that you were talking about off the air, is that all that slush freezing.
Yeah.
And slush is like, well, it's slush and it's bumpy, and that's how people break their ankles.
Yeah. I mean, just, my back deck had some of that melted snow from the other day, and that was super slick last night, and now think about that on all the roads.
Now, the other night when we had that snow, or over the weekend, we kind of knew that we were going to get some accumulation, but I was surprised. I think a lot of people were surprised how much we ended up getting.
Yeah, let me talk about this too real quick. So if you miss the moisture a little bit, underestimating it or overestimating it, your error is magnified by 10 when it comes to snow. So if we got a half inch of rain, you wouldn't know the difference between a half inch and an inch, but that's the difference between 5 to 10 inches of snow.
Wow.
So a little bit of we had a little more moisture, but poof, we got 5 inches of snow out of that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. My dogs weren't expecting that. They weren't. And what was funny though is we got that Sunday morning, right? That kind of Saturday night. I was telling Lily that you need to go outside and do your business tonight because you're not going to want to do it tomorrow morning because of the snow. Hand to God, 5 minutes later, she drops a deuce in the laundry room because it was raining.
Yeah.
It was raining Saturday night, and she didn't want to go out in that either. So, and because of the snow, we ended up canceling our family's Christmas, which we had to reschedule because my wife and I had COVID.
Oh, man.
Now, can I just say real quick? I
Sure.
just have to interject. When you said you talked to his wife is named Lily.
Yeah.
Oh!
So I'm very glad.
Well, that was a little weird.
I'm sitting here going, wait, and then, okay.
I was like, I don't recall talking to Lily, but
I just want to say that was, it could have gone a different direction there.
Yeah, boy, that suddenly I didn't do anything wrong, but I do feel a little creepy now. That's weird. That's weird.
All
right.
Voluptuous? Just kidding. That's a different conversation. All right.
All right. So we're talking morning drive is just going to be a gigantic mess.
yeah, hopefully people just stay home for this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't want to be out there.
Now, the other thing you were talking about is the heavy snow. Like this is going to be, you said, if you want, set your alarm 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you said that it's going to be heavy.
The big fat snowflakes, the kind of flakes that you really like to see, that really pretty snow, it's going to be coming down in buckets. And so that's great. It's pretty if you can stay home. But then the roads, because of that,
right,
it'll be quickly deteriorating conditions.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what you did in the meeting about the thunder snow and what it does? Like McCall brought it. You said because you found it. I don't know how you found it. How did you find it?
I was looking at the forecast models. Anytime you have a winter storm coming up and it looks like this precipitation's getting heavier quickly on the models, I went to check and see if there was instability like we would when we're forecasting thunderstorms. And sure enough, we have it. Just a little bit, but enough. So that means you have more of the lift in the atmospheric convection. Just like you would get heavier rain in a thunderstorm in that situation, you can get the heavier snow, if that makes sense.
Right. No, it does. It does. And as I look at the radar in here, this is just this huge. It's a huge line up north. You see where the snow is, but then as you go further south into Louisiana, you see long lines of very strong storms, and Texas got pummeled with tornadoes.
Tornadoes earlier.
Yeah, so this is all part of the same kind of deal, right? The same system.
And all that moisture that's causing all that heavy rain down south is
Yeah.
going to come through here, but it's just going to be cold enough that we're going to
Yeah.
have it as snow instead of those heavy rain downpours.
Man, oh man. And then even when we get through this tomorrow, I saw that we're still expecting some snow showers on Thursday and Friday, and then maybe on Sunday.
Yeah, the pattern all of a sudden has opened up. So the snow on Thursday will be light and scattered, some light accumulations possible. Friday's more of a rain-snow mix possibility. Same story on Sunday, but here we go. All of a sudden, we went the whole month of January with nothing.
Yeah.
And then now we're just going to get pummeled one after another here.
Right, right. Well, that seems to have been happening over the last couple years. My wife and I were talking about this, is that it seems like, I don't know if maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, but very rarely did we get, we would get snow around Christmas and December, but that doesn't happen a lot anymore, at least in my recollection. And now it seems to be like January, late January, February, even early March. I don't remember that from my childhood being it that way.
It's
I don't know.
interesting that you notice it, though, too. I think a lot of folks have. People have done research on it that has showed that December is getting less snowy and warmer, but March has been trending colder and snowier for the Ohio Valley.
Okay, so there's some scientific.
There definitely is, yeah.
Wow. All right.
stuff.
Yeah. Now, Austin, question: do you like Cheez-Its?
Oh, yeah, I love Cheez-Its.
Yes. Do you know about our Cheez-It campaign here on the show? Trying to get a Cheez-It statue?
No, you know what? I may have heard you talking about that in the hallway, not necessarily on the radio.
I talk about it nonstop.
Yeah.
Cheryl's texting me about it right now. She is. She's excited about it.
Shel McHenry?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now, see, there's somebody who hasn't been on the show.
Oh, she needs a great walk-on song.
Well, I told her, I said I would love to have you on the show, and she said, well, maybe I'll call. Maybe I'll just call in, and then we discuss maybe her having a pseudonym, like going by a different name. So, because maybe there's certain things she doesn't want to comment on.
Sure.
Like on my show, and I understand that. It's the same with you guys, right? I'm not going to bring up certain things because I don't want to put you in a weird predicament.
I mean, let's be real. You want to.
I want to. Oh my God, I want to so badly.
I know. I've known you like 30 years.
Yeah, when Koic was here, she would talk about dating, and she just let it fly, and I love that. I love that. But I care about you guys, and I've worked here in the building, and I've known you for a long time. I don't want to put anybody.
We're pretty open books, but we can't really comment on dating since we're both married.
We're both married.
Not to each
Right.
other, but other people.
Yeah.
But there's just stuff on my show that I talk about that's a little ridiculous, and
Well, the Cheez-It. That's
that's
exciting.
exciting. That's exciting stuff. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys stopping by and talking about the snow and everything else, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right.
Should be fun. If you like snow, thunder snow.
Yeah. All right, 937-457-1290. Oh, and Austin, say hi to your wife Lily for me, okay?
The Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
On your next visit to Cleveland, don't forget to stop at the National Museum of Fat Guy Broken Chair. See a broken chair from the White House turned to tinder by our nation's largest president, William Howard Taft.
It's our duty.
An aluminum patio chair once sat on by famous actor Orson Welles.
Can of peas, a big dish of peas.
From the famous Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, a piano bench destroyed by Elvis Presley.
I have to play the piano, so it'll take just a second.
And our most recent addition, this studio chair used by radio personality Todd Holst. And welcome back to the Evening Edge. There's so much to see, so visit the National Museum of Fat Guy Broken Chairs. Open daily 2 to 4. Don't forget to visit our gift shop. Fat Guy Rotunda currently closed for remodeling. Ladies, men have more than just an appetite for burritos. Chipotle proudly introduces a new line of makeup to make your man crave more than just chips and guac. Whether you choose our hot salsa lip gloss, black bean bronzer, or fantastic fajita eyeliner, our line of food-inspired makeup will make you their favorite menu item. Visit our website today and put in your order and become a Chipotle beauty. Free cup of pinto beans with every order.
Oh, Cheez-It, you're so fine, a perfect snack for any time. Hey, Cheez-It. Hey, Cheez-It. Oh, Cheez-It, you're so fine with tastiness that blows my mind. Hey, Cheez-It. Hey, Cheez-It.
We'll have to print the lyrics to this
Oh, Cheez-It, you're so fine, Dayton made and so
and get
divine. Hey,
kids
Cheez-It.
throughout the Miami Valley singing this in their school choirs. Think about that. That would be awesome.
Hey, Cheez-It. Your toasty little squares, a satisfying crunch. The cheesiest by far, you pack a
Flavor punch.
I never get enough, wanna eat 'em by the bunch. Cheez-It. I like your zesty ranch and your bacon cheddar too. When I'm feeling feisty, I munch scorching hot grooves. Every night
Scorching
I go to
hot
sleep, I always dream of
grooves.
you, Cheez-It. Oh, Cheez-It, plain and simple, you must understand. Dayton prides itself as a Cheez-It homeland. Oh, Cheez-It,
Mecca!
show the world our cracker
The
claim to
Cheez-It
fame.
Mecca!
A Cheez-It statue, Cheez-It.
Come on now.
Would you please, Cheez-It, build a Cheez-It. Don't break our hearts, Cheez-It. Hey, Cheez-It.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 6 to 8. Thank you to Gabrielle Enright and Austin Cheney for stopping by and chatting Cheez-It and talking about the snow that Austin says will be starting around 2 a.m. 4 to 6 inches. And he says the heavy snow will probably be between like 3 and 4. So if you like the heavy snow, set your alarm. 937-457-1290. Joe in Urbana. What's up, Joe?
Yes.
Hey.
Todd. Good evening to you.
How you doing? Thanks for holding on, by the way.
Great. Little bit of a break from talking about all the snow. I got a sports update for you.
Oh, let's hear it. Oh, wait, hold on for a second. Hold on.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin.
Hit me.
Okay, so I don't know if you all remember, but a man named Scott Rowland used to play for the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, I remember Scott Rowland. Yeah.
And it was just announced that he was elected to the Hall of Fame this evening.
Was he really?
Yes, sir.
That is awesome. Cool. Very cool.
And I have a Cheez-It story also.
Oh, geez, I love a good Cheez-It story. Let's hear it.
So I was waiting to talk to you on the phone and had to step into the grocery store because my wife sent me to get some Cheez-Its for our emergency supplies for tomorrow.
Yes, that's a good thing to have in case you get snowed in, is a big box or a couple of Cheez-Its.
And my phone dropped a call while I was waiting, so I had to give you a call back. And so just thought I'd let you know that.
All right, well, be safe out there if you have to go out tomorrow and enjoy your Cheez-It. Did you get a beverage to go along with your Cheez-It?
Got a 12-pack of Sprite.
Oh, all right, well, there you go. I appreciate your call, Joe. Have a good one. That line's open. Gary in New Carlisle. What's up, Gary?
Hey, man, Todd, thank you so much. I got a Cheez-It snack thing for you, but first, props to you and your guest tonight. Ever since Austin Chaney showed up months ago, I guess it's almost been a year now.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, I said the first time I saw him, I think I caught his very first one. This guy's going to be a good one, and I think he represented himself well on your show tonight. And Gabby, you're fine.
Well, she's left the room, but I would agree with your assessment there.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
Todd, you're you and Walt Nyes from WPBK in Kentucky are two of my favorite local radio hosts.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hey, if you've never heard Walt Nyes, you search him up. He's a great guy.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, and my Cheez-It thing is I lay them out and I drizzle a thin layer of chocolate over them, and I call them the Bengal snack chips.
Now, that's not bad. Does the chocolate sort of harden on the cracker, or is it kind of wet, or what's the, you know what I mean? Is it?
No, it's you just drizzle a real thin layer over it.
I got you.
It looks like Bengal stripes, and I call it the Bengal snack.
Well, that's not bad. I think a lot of people that could be something they could enjoy this weekend.
Exactly.
The big game. Yeah. All right.
Especially when they beat those Kansas City Chiefs again for the fourth time.
That'd be great. I appreciate your call, Gary. Have a good one. Thanks for listening there, New Carlisle. John in Dayton. What's up, John?
Oh, good evening, Todd.
Hey.
Just sitting here snacking on some Cheez-Its and listening to some live radio.
There you go, the official snack food of the Evening Edge.
Which is ironic because now that I don't run over the road quite as much as I used to, it's actually harder for me to listen to and call into the show because the wife insists on eating at about 6 o'clock.
Ah, well, there are couples, and I've talked to them that when you're sitting there having dinner, if you're eating at home, they have the radio on. Apparently, my show is a nice dinner companion.
It is if we aren't watching Channel 7 News.
Well, I say you listen to my show.
Well, that's why I say because I'm a radio guy and not a TV guy.
I got you. I understand.
Anyway, I was listening to your discussion of the word voluptuous.
Yes.
In reference to the woman.
Yeah.
Who emailed you. And, I learned a long time ago that no matter what you say, no matter how you use certain words, how you phrase them, you are always going to be able to offend somebody.
Yeah. I found that as I get older, yeah.
Yeah, because I cannot think of any way you could take the word voluptuous badly. But I hearken back to something that happened on this very station back in the 80s.
Uh-oh.
On Mike Sinto's show one day,
Yeah.
I made the offhand comment about how a woman's can almost as easily have legs too thin for a miniskirt than too fat for a miniskirt.
Yeah.
And then I named one of the Channel 7 news.
Oh, John.
And
John.
that's a prime example of a woman who should never wear a miniskirt. And oh my God!
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing, and I understand what you're saying, but we actually had this conversation with Gabby a little bit, where people they feel empowered to comment on the looks of folks on television when they are there to be journalists. They're not fashion models. They're not, And I have to tell you, I mean, I understand their point of view because I too have always wanted, and when I was growing up, I mean, I love radio and I'm glad to be in radio, but I would like to have worked on television, but I'm a big guy, and there are people that won't put somebody like me on TV, unless I'm playing like Norm from Cheers or something, So but they're broadcast journalists. They shouldn't be. People shouldn't be commenting on that. And I know that they do. But anyway, well, I got to run here, John. I got the news coming up. So be careful out there in the snow. All right.
We will. You take care.
You too, man.
The Evening Edge with Todd Host.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Ten Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much.
He's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. Snow. He's Mr. Icicle. He's Mr. Ten Below.
Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch.
He's too much.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 6 to 8. Keeping you updated on the winter storm that's heading our direction. We had Storm Center 7 meteorologist Austin Cheney on a little bit earlier, along with Gabrielle Enright. And what they're saying, what Austin said, is that 4 to 6 inches, 3 to 6, 4 to 6 throughout parts of the Miami Valley. But it's really supposed to start around 2 a.m. And by morning drive, it's going to be just a mess. Then it's going to turn into rain. And there could be that transition, right? However, with the temperature, all that slush is going to freeze tomorrow night. So it's going to become hazardous and an ankle breaker because, frozen slush will do no favors to your ankles. 937-457-1290. Oh, and by the way, Austin mentioned a thunder snow song because there's a chance of thunder snow. Now, I didn't have a thunder snow song. However, apparently Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel, somebody turned a live shot of his where he was out in the snow into a thunder snow auto tune, and this is great. Here's just a clip. You can find it on YouTube. I'll post it, but
Holy smoke, totally lit up the sky. You can have your $500 million jackpot in Powerball, but I'll take this thunderstorm. Lightning strikes. Holy smoke, totally lit up the sky. Dude, I'm telling you, this is Chicago all over again.
oh man, that is precious. Yeah, I'm gonna have to steal this, I think. All right, Jim Cantori, wild man. Melinda in Sugar Creek, what's up, Melinda?
Hi, Todd.
Hey, how you doing?
Excellent.
Good.
Last week, I was at a local restaurant for late lunch with my dear husband.
Okay.
And the people at the table next to us were talking about a cash register and a pop-top can and a float. And so I realized that it was the Kettering Holiday at Home Parade, and the theme must have been inventions from Ohio. So I walked over to the table and suggested that they contact WHIO and your show specifically that you needed your Cheez-Its somehow incorporated either in the WHIO float if they were participating or in the floats that these people were talking about. And I just want to know if somebody has contacted you.
Not yet, but that is brilliant. And Melinda, thank you for stepping up and supporting the show and just putting it out there. I love that. That is great. And I love that idea. I would love to, I don't know if you've heard me talk about it, but on May 23rd, that is the anniversary of the birth of the Cheez-It. May 23rd, 1921 is when the Sunshine Biscuit Company trademarked the name Cheez-It. And I feel like there should be a celebration around that and maybe a parade. But I love the idea of having the Cheez-It represented in the Kettering Holiday and Home Parade.
I've done my part. I want to petition. I will help decorate the float if they need it. You just let us know what we need to do to rally behind you.
I love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Melinda. I appreciate that. Man, see, that's what I'm talking about. This show is like a community, right? It's a community, and we're all working together to try to make this dream a reality. I mean, I'm the captain of the ship, but my gosh, I can't do this by myself, right? And I love the listeners who are so passionate and excited about it. It's awesome. Ron in Verona, what's up, Ron?
Hey, yeah, I wanted to call to tell you, since you're probably going to be snowed in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good combination for a snowy day. Okay, on the way home, stop and get some Newcastle brown to put on the chill. When you get home, start putting on a pot of chili and put Cheez-Its in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that with the Newcastle Brown. Just snow yourself in and enjoy.
Somebody mentioned putting Cheez-Its in chili on the Facebook Live thread tonight. So that's awesome. That's awesome. All right.
Go straight with chili. All right, thanks.
Thanks, Ron. I appreciate it. That line's open, 937-457-1290. And speaking of the Facebook Live, somebody asked the question, hey, Todd, random question. What are your followers called, edgeheads or holsters? Edgeheads. Holsters, I'm not sure, but that's kind of a goofy name. Edgeheads, definitely, 100%. We are all edgeheads. We have a Dumb Ways to Die.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
You know, also watching the Facebook Live, I saw Dante Jones, former Storm Center 7 meteorologist who's now in Cleveland. He was watching tonight, so that's pretty cool. Dumb Ways to Die. So we always mention this whenever we have a Dumb Ways to Die. We are not mocking these people and their untimely deaths. We're not making fun of them. These are merely cautionary tales for you when you're out and about running around in the wild, that if you're not, you got to be careful, because if you're not paying attention, death could be around any corner. Now, I've said that many, many times, and this Dumb Ways to Die is no different. I'm not making light of the fact that someone, or in this case, we have two stories, have died. Okay? However, two men have reportedly been killed by knife-wielding roosters. Roosters. In separate cockfighting incidents in India. The cockfights were held during a 3-day celebration in the country. In one of the incidents, the 43-year-old owner of one of the fighting roosters bled to death after being slashed by blades he had attached to his prize rooster. Reportedly, the rooster got spooked by the crowd and flew up and severely slashed the man's leg. He later died at the hospital. So that's one. The rooster fighting back at a cockfighting match. Second story. In a second instance, in a different location, a spectator standing too close to a cockfight had a key nerve in his hand severed by a rooster that had a blade on its feet. The man bled out on his way to the hospital. So in a matter of days, probably the same day, two people died because of cockfighting. Now, I'm not saying that they deserved it. Not saying that at all. Nobody deserves to die in such a way. But, yeah. I don't know. Works in mysterious ways. And here's another one. And this is, it's not quite the same, but it does involve an animal fighting back. This happened in Hong Kong. A butcher attempting to slaughter a struggling pig in a slaughterhouse died after suffering a mortal wound. According to police, the 61-year-old butcher had subdued the animal with an electric stun gun, but then the animal regained consciousness and knocked him to the ground. In the process, the butcher sustained a wound from a 15-inch meat cleaver and died. So the animals are fighting back, apparently. Dumb Ways to Die. There you go. 937-457-1290. Sue in Dayton. What's up, Sue?
Oh, I'm just listening to you as I do every night, Todd, and I'm so excited about the Cheez-Its. But I want you to know that your fans out there, especially me and your mother's age, we think you're a very handsome guy.
I have a face that only a mother could love. Is that what you're saying?
I am not saying that. I'm saying we think you're a very handsome guy.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, I had a friend of mine was watching the Facebook Live the other night, and he said, you know, you present pretty well on camera. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a nice compliment, right? So
it is.
Look, we all can't look like George Clooney or Brad Pitt.
Nope, we can't.
Or Will, my producer, who is stunning, by the way.
But anyway, congratulations so much on your Cheez-It. I'm so happy.
Well, thank you.
Your signatures, and I really too think you're going to get it done.
I think so. I feel the momentum building.
But I remember when I was a child, my aunt worked at the Sunshine Bakery.
Right.
And my mom babysat for her kids, because she worked at night. And she would come home, and we would be so excited because she would bring us warm. And there was Cheez-Its and warm crackers.
Wow. Yeah. Did she come home with like Cheez-It residue all over her clothes, or?
No.
I'd be curious about that.
But she said they had to wear white lab coats and stuff in there. But the Cheez-Its were wrapped in like wax paper.
Right.
That's how they used to sell them, I guess, at the time.
Yeah.
But they were in wax paper. I remember that, and I remember her bringing those, and they were so no preservatives.
Right.
So fresh.
Yeah. I've honestly, I've never tried putting a tray of Cheez-Its in the oven and just kind of heating them up a little bit and getting them nice and warm. I've done that with saltines if they were a little bit stale, right? And it kind of brings them back a little bit, and they are very tasty when they're warm. I'll have to try that with the Cheez-Its.
Yes.
Yeah, I will do that.
Again, congratulations. You did it.
Thank you, Sue. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Be safe out there if you have to go out tomorrow in the snow.
Nope. Staying home.
Good for you. Misty in Bellbrook. What's up, Misty?
Hey, Todd. So I was listening to your podcast, as I normally do on the weekends.
Thank you.
While I'm dashing. And I know you were kind of not really looking for, but I just had a suggestion for the hat-wearing Fridays.
Oh.
What about the word fetching? Like Fetching. Fetching Hat Fridays.
Fetching Hat Friday.
You know, like that hat is fetching.
Oh, well, that's true. That's not a bad idea. See, the whole concept of this is that I've started doing these Facebook Lives, and I did it a couple of times when I filled in for Mark K before Christmas, and I've continued to do it, and people seem to enjoy it, and the numbers are growing. I mean, I don't have a ton of people watching. I've got like 23 right now, which is pretty good because I think last week at one point we had 8. So I'm happy with 23, but my feeling was this, is that a company that might have a logo hat, if they drop it off to the station or they mail it to me, and you can get the email address or the mailing address at WHIO.com, mail it to me, and I'll wear it on a Friday night and give them a little publicity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love the idea because even the last hat you wore was Flanagan's.
Right, Flanagan's, yep.
I haven't thought about Flanagan's in forever because there are not too many around.
Yeah. Well, see?
And so, yeah, it's a great idea.
It's all name recognition, right? And it helps. It helps. All right, yeah. Misty, I appreciate your suggestion. Thank you. Ralph in Greenville. What's up, Ralph?
Yeah, another good recipe for Cheez-Its is smash them up and use them for breading for chicken.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. I've seen people do that. The idea of making like a big tray, a casserole dish of macaroni and cheese, and doing that with the Cheez-It and just like crush them all up and put them on as a topping.
Oh, I'll have to try that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, Ralph, I appreciate it. Thanks for your call. That line's open, 937-457-1290.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Some
cheese is blue, yellow too. Swiss and cheddar in fondue. I like a chunky chunk of cheese. Fontaine is fine when I dine. Good is good, provolone's divine. I like a chunky chunk of cheese. If you should run into a Roquefort blue that's covered in mold, Brie is boss, cream cheese is soft. I spread it on a bagel or roll. Munster too, Parmesan for you. Shredded slice or grated true. I like a chunky chunk. He likes a chunky chunk. We like a healthy chunk of cheese. Yada-da-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
7 a.m. I go down the stairs for breakfast. Go in the backyard, that's where I eat a steak. Sit on the couch and stare at something that's not there. And then I lay on your laptop so you can't do shit. And then I'll lick my butt and chew my leg some more. Then I lay upside down right on the bathroom floor. And then
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 6 to 8. I like that idea from the caller earlier. The notion of a Cheez-It float for a parade. Now, I'll tell you something. I've never been involved in making a float. So I don't know what is entailed. But I'll tell you what, if somehow, some way, somebody was interested in spearheading a Cheez-It float, I bet that if we were able to build one, and it wouldn't even have to be a huge one, you know what I would do? I would register and try to get into as many local parades this spring and summer and spread the word of our Cheez-It statue campaign. That would be great. Now, I'll have to do some research. I'm sure there's a YouTube video somewhere about how you can make a float. It'd be nice to have a small float that you could just like sort of pull behind a tractor or something. Not like a huge float, right? That would require a lot of storage space. But we have some room in this building. I could probably store a smaller float, like a miniature float, a mini float. Just something to think about. We have a Florida man story.
Oh, Florida man shines with every single crime, stupefying and delicious. Some might even think fictitious. Florida man is always ambitious.
Now, here's something you need to think about. If you ever take your computer, or specifically in this instance, your phone, to a repair place and leave it with them. Lots of times, people drop their phones, or you're having issues with the software or whatever. You need to think about something before you do this. Now, if you have explicit photos or videos, you need to hear this story. A Port Charlotte, Florida man is facing charges after cops say while he was working as a repair tech at a phone store, he copied an explicit video found on a customer's cell phone for himself. Cops say the victim took her iPhone to the store and left it with the suspect for approximately 2 hours to be repaired. While he was working on the phone, the creepy tech browsed the files and discovered the sexy video and texted the file to his own phone. The next day, the victim, after she had picked up her phone from the day before, discovered that there was a sent text message from her phone which she didn't recognize. And then she noticed that the video had been deleted from her device. So not only did he steal it and then texted it to himself, he deleted the video. She called the cops and made a report. Detectives then traced the text to the creepy dude's phone. Suspect gave cops permission to search his phone and guided the investigators to the hidden file on his phone where the video was located. He was arrested and charged with accessing a computer or electronic device without authority. So, just look, cautionary tale. Most people don't have stuff like that on the phone. But some may. Some may. And even if you think you have a folder that is either hidden or it's locked, like the new iPhones have that in your phone bank or your photo bank, you can put pictures in there and lock them. And the only way you can open it is if you use the face recognition or have a code. But if somebody's working on your phone, there's a good chance that you may give them that code. So you just have to remember, if that phone goes missing or you take it to a shop to have it replaced, at the very least, don't leave your phone. Lots of times they'll stand right there at the counter and work on it. That way you can at least see what's going on, right? But it's a good idea if you're able to. Sometimes you might not be able to if the phone's broken. If the phone's broken, it's not working, you can't, necessarily go in and delete files that you don't want stolen because your phone's jacked up. But I'm just telling you, just be careful, be safe. And same with computers or iPads or whatever. All right, well, thanks for listening tonight. Tomorrow night there is a UD basketball game, so I won't be on. But I will be back on Thursday just after 6 o'clock. You can get the podcast of this show wherever you find your favorite podcasts. There you will find me. Or at eveningedgetodd.com. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks again to Gabrielle Enright and Austin Cheney for stopping by. And thanks to everybody on Facebook Live watching the show tonight. I do appreciate it. Keep it here on WHIO. We'll keep you updated on the winter storm heading our direction.